What is in the happenings, Zomboid Galaxy? We are here between Ekron and Echo Creek. I am trying to get back home, and I did make some changes. I just wanted to mention. So I adjusted my memory settings a little bit, so I'm trying to keep an eye on it here. I wanted to do a short stream this morning because I have possibly some bigger streams planned this weekend, but I wanted to see if these new settings work. So let's see how the stutter goes here. Um, I did change my memory allocation. I'm seeing I'm still, it looks like my total system is running at, it looks like I'm using 28 gigabytes right now out of my 32. So I think that's probably part of the issue is I'm kind of up against the top of my memory. But we should have it kind of, let's see here. We should have it optimized, I think. What I ended up doing is setting it at 8 gigabytes for the game, 12 for the server, and now this guy just coughed, so there's going to be some guys coming. 8 for the game, 12 for the server, which leaves me 12 for my system. Oh, right, he's just got a claw hammer? Oh, yeah. There's got to be a better, there's got to be a long blunt weapon in here, or something. Claw hammer, firefighter axe, actually. Let's work on our axe skills. Yeah, let's work on our axe skills. You guys are too close. I don't think I even have level 1 axe yet, so. Oh, still getting stutters there. One big one there. See how it goes, though. You know, if if I continue to get stutters, I think the ultimate answer is adding some more RAM. I could technically, I do have 2 open slots still for RAM. I decided not. Well, I didn't have the right memory at the time really to use them. But in theory, here, I got to check his wound too. So he got scratched earlier and he got it infected, of course. So let's check his wound. Get away from the bodies. I still hear quite a few inside there, I believe. He's also got muscle strain now somehow. Oh, it's scratched, not infected. That's good because I think I'm out of alcohol wipes. So if I see more alcohol wipes, I need to grab them. Yeah. Or any kind of. I should have a ton of that stuff at home, which is good because I'm going to need it now. I got myself hurt. I got myself hurt, guys, twice. I got a laceration, and then not even like 15 minutes later, I got a scratch that became infected like right away. The laceration never got infected. Let's see what's in here first before we drive. Trying to get around into this corner here, but I need to clear these guys first. I am still getting some stuttering. So, about the only high level thing I could do. Ooh, that was a one shot. Yeah, let's break them up over the fence a little. There's quite a few inside still. Damn it. And then I keep running back into these guys out here. Didn't really break them up much. Well, I'm getting real good damage from this. Well, I was. Shit. It's like you fall back just enough to get into the next group of them. I'm gonna try to just rest them. All right. And then you run out. Yeah, and then there's another group there. I need them to just rest for a minute. And need to drink some water. I need to get some water here. Yeah, I need to get to some water. So if we can't get into this house, it's already 7:30 and it's about to get dark. So there's my glasses. If we're not, basically, if we're not in here soon, it's weird how sometimes your glasses just disappear and then they reappear later. Oh, and crash. All right. I mean, I'm sitting real steady at 28 gigabytes used. Let me see. I'm trying to check my. I want to get this. I don't like these crashes and stutters. I mean, honestly, my CPU is fine. Yeah, I've only got 6 cores, but I mean, it shouldn't really be. I've never had crashes like this. Of course, it's the first time I've streamed a lot. I've played a lot. It's the first time I've streamed a lot. But for the most part, I should be fine. I'm not really getting CPU spikes or anything. See, I changed this to 8 gigabytes. I'll try it again. Kind of seemed to still be running about the same with maybe the stutters were a little better, but I was still getting some. So anyway, sorry about this, guys. We're still working through. I think maybe the ultimate answer will be that I might just have to get a little bit more RAM. Even if I got another 16 gigabytes, if I got two 8 gigabyte sticks, I can literally just pretty much just slide them right in. That should be that. I mean, essentially, that would double what I can use for the game and the server or whatever. So I could step both of those back up to 12, and then I'd still have, because if I got another 16 gigabytes, I'd be at 48 total. So yeah, 12 and 12 would be half, and then I'd still have, at that point, I'd still have 24 gigabytes for my system, which would be way, that's got to be way plenty, way plenty gigabytes to run Windows and YouTube and OBS. So I guess we'll see. It's not out of the question. I don't think eight or I don't think 16 gigabytes of RAM. That would be. It was one thing I had left kind of in the chamber on this build, where I was like, well, if I need more RAM, if I need more than 32 gigabytes someday, I can add more easily. Um, Question is, what are RAM? Look at that and crash. What? Big stutter and then crash. So, God dang it. Maybe 8 gigabytes is not enough to run the game. I've been Googling it. I've been checking different sources, like what is the right memory allocation? And the last one I checked said you should go with 8 for the game. Well, what could I do? I mean, the thing is, if I step up, see, right now I should have 16 gigabytes available for my system, what I was reading was you shouldn't allocate too much to the game because it's Java based, and if the whatever, it's a bunch of boring tech stuff. But essentially, you shouldn't give the game too much memory because it messes with it. And I don't know. Let's try it again. That one was really frustrating. Typically, this doesn't happen more than 2 or 3 times, and then it just rolls. But I don't know if maybe it's adjusting to the new memory settings a little bit here. We'll see. I guess now it looks like I'm getting CPU spikes, but that's because it's loading the server. Anywho's, yeah, I'm running a i7 8700K. Oh, that is the other thing I could do. I can still upgrade my processor also. I think I can go as high as an i9 9900, but at that point the question for me was, well, if I'm going to spend more money on a new processor and new RAM for this machine, why wouldn't I just save that money and build a new machine? At that point, I could use this exclusively for the server and then run the game and my and the system with the new machine. Anyway, the new PC. I mean, I was really hoping to be able to, let's just see how this runs now. I was really hoping to be able to build a new PC by like 2030. So I guess in like 2.5 years at this point, either have it built or we'll see, or start building it at least by about 2030 was kind of the rough idea. Was play on this for another couple of years. At that, oh my god! All right, well, no stuttering at the moment, but there's still a lot left here. So let's get to work with the axe. Come on, go down. Well, all right. So uh, moments like this, I'm glad I don't have sprinters. All right, so it's not stuttering now. It's running real smooth right now. I don't really want to. I don't have enough ammo really left. You can see I've only got 13 more rounds after I empty the gun. So I think what I want to do is just kind of continue to move the bulk of them out here until I can deal with them later. If I can get, the thing is, I need to get into this house because he needs water pretty bad. So if I can't get into this property and over to the house at all, I want to say there might actually be like a well or a fountain here too. I can't remember now, but well, it's running nice right now. That's all I can say. It feels good right now. Yeah, it's my nightstick. All right, let's try to smooth our way across again. I know this is like probably the fourth or fifth freaking time I've tried this, but let's just see if we can sneak through this corner. If I can get around this corner and in without like 10 of them on me, that's all I'm trying to do. There's one here. Okay. This does look a little better. There's one there, one there. Let's try and roll in, and this is what I was trying to do is run through. get to a spot here. Look at that sports car. Now I'm getting stutters, of course. All right, he's tired though, so need to be real careful here. Let's use the fence. Shit, yeah, there's gonna be a lot in here. There's gonna be a lot in here, but we'll just chip away. We'll chip away. We'll get him some rest. We're fine. Try to pull him away from the house still. Let's let him sit for a second. Right here. And hopefully he can rest just enough that I can make a little stand here. That guy's fast, man. You're fast, dude. All right, let's get him out into the street then. Let's pull him this way and get him clear down here before I try to fight him. Here, let's let him rest again. For a second, please. Damn, damn, damn. You guys are pretty fast, and you're all over the place still. We should be approaching very high population at 60 days. It goes to very high fully, so I'm not quite sure how that transition works, but all right. Well, I got one of them finally. Let's try to dipsy through here. Gonna lose them like here, maybe. I think if I do this, I'll be out of their sight. I just heard one jump the fence. Let me try this and just dip over here real quick. Oh, god damn it. That's why I don't like sprinting. That's how I got scratched before. Was running too damn fast. Okay, these fields should be good for. Now I think they're going to be able to. Well, let me sit him first. He's got to rest. I got to get him some water too. So, ooh, well, he's got cow's milk. He's okay for now. He's okay for now. Let's just eat a snack. Let's eat a pickle. All right, he's good. I'm gonna sneak back through this field and try to get back around here. I just heard one. Oh, there's. So we've got a group there. Oh, is this? Hold on. This is like the. Oh, is this like a back way into that same property? I didn't really realize this was here. I don't know that I want to go over there though, because there's like 6 of them right there, and I was trying to sneak back through. So I still hear a couple, I think, that are on me back here somewhere. And I don't like being in these fields really. They're good. This is actually a pretty good one. I don't like these bushes here. Let's get out of that. All right, that should be good. I think I lost a lot of them down there. Try to get past them. leave this whole group within there. Dang it! I just find myself doing the same things. I don't want to shoot my gun though, really, because there's so many of them around here. So tell you what, let's try to maybe fight this first one right here. We gotta take some of them out some of the time. You can't run from all of them all of the time. These are some of the slower ones too. Now it's always interesting how when you get into it, especially larger groups, you take out a lot of the faster ones, and you're left with this huge group of slower ones, or ones that are all the same speed, kind of thing. Oop, oh! Did he just make fun of me? I think that zombie just taunted me. He was like, "Whoa, whoa! I can't swing an axe and hit a zombie moving 1 mile per hour." Okay, let's keep trying to pull this whole group down here. These guys all follow. Here. I feel like let's try to get this one too. Just keep following me, and you guys all got to get out of here. In fact, let's do one shout right there. All you guys got to follow me. Tired of doing this. I don't want to do too many of those. That's really all I wanted to do. You guys all got to follow. Let me fight this one. If I could just take a couple out here, I could make a little stand. A minute. And I want to make sure these guys keep following, so let's take out this guy. Come back this way. Take out this one. He needs to rest now, so we got one fast one coming. Oh, that's not good. I wanted to. I need to at least knock down that faster one. And then I'm going to take a rest over here. Oh, shit. Come on, go down. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I want to take a rest over here. In fact, tell you what, let's just lose them. uh, Probably frustrating to watch sometimes. Like, dude, just kill them. Just kill them all. You just keep running around in circles. And yeah, that's actually a valid point. There's just a few too many. What I need is water, and I can't really get into these houses, so I don't know if we're gonna make it into the house per se. Let's try to. Those guys aren't on me, so if I can dip around here. For now, I want to get back to my trucks and let them rest. Make another stand back here before it gets really dark, and we'll see where we're at. We've taken out quite a few. I guess this is probably as good as that. He's still gonna have the bad smell here, but careful because there's probably a few following me still. It's like four really slow ones still. They might. Yeah, that one lost interest already. There was one. I think I think they all might have lost interest. So I don't. Fuck. I don't really want to test that. I didn't want to sleep here with the bad smell in the truck. So my choices are I can move it down a little ways out of the bodies. I can drive home. Tell you what, I don't want to. We kind of committed to at least those trailers. The minimum is I want to get to those trailers. And this will actually draw some down this way. We kind of filled this area with bodies, so let's move down out of the bodies. I wouldn't mind sleeping a little bit here, but I don't want to do it when he's got the bad smell and there's still zombies coming at me. Technically, the edge of this property is like right over here somewhere. Let's keep going. Oh, here's a good spot. Like right here, I think might be the edge of the fence. So let's turn it around right here. I'm committed to. I can still go another, I think another hour or two easily. So, but we're gonna try it. Yeah, let's just do this. That should be fine. They got egg road. He's still falling. So let's jump out and try to kill these guys while they're still not right next to my vehicle. Come on. Could really use an upgrade in my axe skills here. Pretty sure he's either level 0 or level 1 on axe. So in a way, it's kind of a blessing that we found this extra. Like I have 6 of these fire axes at home, and we didn't even go to the fire department in Ekron. We've literally only, and there were still a couple of worn ones in Rosewood. So now I do want to repair this fire axe before I damage it too much. But actually, I'm pretty sure I have duct tape with me. Let me go look. I don't want you right next to my vehicle. I'm trying to get away from these damn bodies, but this will help pull them out of the larger area. I'm pretty sure that property extends clear down to here. Come on, come down this way. So pulling them out of this area will we're still we're still basically clearing that one property, but I should have enough water, until the morning and whatnot. But I do need to get into this house. It is a possibility we could jump over the fence on this side. But I want to look at the map a little closer before I do that. Um, so let's hit our pen light now. I guess I've just got the claw hammer as my secondary weapon right now. I also need to wash bandages. Let's check his wound. He was scratched and infected. Tell me he's healed. Thank you. Guys, we made it. Guys, we're at 28 days. I need to live another day and a half, and I hit 30 days. That was kind of my goal with this stream, but I didn't want to say it because I knew he had an infected scratch. And he could literally still die before I hit 30 days just from that scratch, really. So I didn't want to tempt fate there, but guys, I think we're gonna hit 30 days. This is See now why did I hold on now? Let me look at this real quick while we're chatting. So now I'm looking at my memory allocation. My memory allocation was up to 28 gigabytes total. Now I'm down to 24 all of a sudden. Why is that? Did it just adjust because I lost 4 gigabytes? I bet you it just adjusted everything. Maybe I bet you I had to fire up the game and run it, and now it's finally running at because it seems to be running better. And now I'm only using 24 gigabytes out of my 32, and that includes everything. That should that should be everything I'm running is currently 24 gigabytes, which would be 8 for the game, 8 for the server, and then 8, and then my system is taking up 8. So that sounds about right, and what I would expect. And that still gives me another 8 gigabytes of room for the yeah. Okay, okay. We'll roll with that. We'll roll with that concept. Seems to, at the moment, at least be running a little better. So I think what we're going to do, I was kind of waiting here to make sure no more of them were aggroed on me. Let's, I think I'm going to have him sleep in the truck. Is this a bad idea? This is probably a bad idea, but let's have him sleep in the truck. Let's give it 10 more seconds. I don't hear or see any zombies. Usually, usually you're going to be okay with this sort of thing if you don't hear or see any zombies. You got to, of course, be careful with things like coughing. And all right, let's try to have him sleep. And so one reason I like to keep this passenger side open. You know what? I should put. Let's do this. The handheld game console was just so I could dismantle it. So let's do that. We'll keep the scrap electronics. Let's put this stuff in here in the glove box because that will allow me to use the passenger seat in situations like this. Let's put this. Yeah, let's just put this dirty bandage in here so I can sleep. All right. So my thought now is it'll be light out in about 2 hours in game. You know what we should do? You know what I'm going to do? Let's real quick look for one more um, short blunt weapon. What is my best? Well, actually, short blunt or long blunt. Let's also check the. Oh, this does. Well, it needs to be sharpened. The handle's fine, so we're good on the fire axe. Um, did I have a? I don't think I have a whetstone with me anyway. Oh, I've got water right here. All right, look at me go. I've got a bunch of water right here, so I forgot about this. So you can just transfer liquid right out of the back of the vehicle, and I can fill all my canteens just like so. Or hold on, I think I have to have them in my inventory to do that. But oh, come on now. Oh, now am I carrying it now? All right. Sometimes between the controller and the, I guess I'm holding it now, and the keyboard and the mouse, my system doesn't know what to do. It's like I thought you were using a controller. Well, I was using a controller a second and a half ago. And now I'm using a mouse. Okay, you're using the mouse? Well, no, now I'm using the keyboard. And my system is like, I think sometimes Windows 11 is like, you can't do that. But they're always, the thing I like about Windows 11 currently, it's, for the most part, it runs pretty well for me. I've been running it a while. They are coming out with constant updates for it, so it's kind of constantly improving, much like Zomboid. So we'll roll with it. I figured I'd rather just jump to Windows 11 when I can than deal with trying to. It's usually better to fight with the glitches of a new system than fighting with the glitches of an older system in the long run. So in the short term, you do you do what works. But for me, when I built this not that long ago, I built a PC about gosh, I suppose it was 8 to 10 months ago now. But oh, we were gonna drive up here. Yeah, let's just drive up here now. This is pretty clear here. So I know there's a ton out there, but we're gonna have to drive anyways. So let's do it now. See what happens. We'll park right at the driveway, just right out at the entrance. I don't want to drive in there with this, but because I don't need to loot a bunch. I'm already full. Mostly what I want to do is just check those animal trailers. And I probably want to come back and get one of them after I drop this off. But I want to make sure they're in really good condition. They seem like they would be. And I also want to make sure if there's an animal in there that I either let them out or there's already a group right here. I either want to let them out of the trailer or something. Probably just let them out and come back is what I'd have to do. If I wasn't towing this, well, the other thing I could do is I could leave the white. Oh shit, there's a lot here. So let's pull. Tell you what I'm going to do because this is going to draw a lot of attention right here. So, and this is shit. This is going to go really slowly. So let me pull this down beyond that, and that'll draw some of them down here. And maybe, god dang it. God darn it, and there's a bunch of them there. That's fantastic. So we're going to have to do this for now. And I'm going to fight for my right to park here. You gotta fight for your right to park here. You gotta fight. I gotta fight a lot to park here, man. Hey, I ain't even trying to party. I ain't even trying to party. I'm trying to park here. You know what? You know what? That's about enough of this. We're gonna do it this way now. I do have a little bit of M9. We can roll this way since we're on this end of it now. I have a little bit of M9 ammo. Did it jam? Because that was not 16 shots right there. I was counting. That was definitely not 16. Unjam. I hate you. I hate you, Zomboid gun designers. I don't want to use these guns that jam all the time. Can you die? And when they don't jam, it takes 7. And this guy's still not dead? You're kidding me. Are you still not dead? Am I not? Like, I'm hitting him in the head, too. Come on. I mean, At least I'm aiming at the head. Maybe I need to be a little closer with some of these pistols. Yeah, I can turn on my pen light too. That might at least help me see them. Oh, let me put my. He's carrying a lot of water too right now. All right. I don't have many shots left, but let's pull him down this way as far as we can. Ooh, that one was not dead. I don't think I have many. I might even be out. I might be out already. Damn it. All right. Yeah, so I'm out of ammo now, so I can put the M9 away. What do we got here? Some of these guys should be injured already, maybe. Hopefully, no. Not those two. All right. I was gonna say we need to turn the corner on them. It's there's that corner where it's like you go from being chased to from being the hunted to the hunter. So it's just a matter of whittling down the numbers and the speed and the. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That's gonna help a lot. So we are now. Was that a good jacket? Because I don't have. No, I don't think I have a lot of just basic jackets, which are nice in the summer. Whatever. Looking for a basic jacket, man. All right, so let's go see what happened up here because we might have a bunch around the vehicle too. One, two. Still not too bad, but let's pull them down. Let's try to pull all of these guys down this way as much as we can. Not in one huge group, but if we can help it here. Oh, a little closer. Luckily, I've been leveling up my light-footed and my nimble a little bit, so he's in decent shape there. All right, it's a little too. We gotta stay on this side of those bodies. Don't want to pile up too many bodies around the pickup ever. No, he's already rested. He's a little warm, but that's just from the leather jacket. And I don't want to take it off because I just got over having a laceration and a scratch. It's only 60 degrees. Yeah, he'll be fine. He sometimes gets a little warm when he's running around. If you can avoid getting him sweaty, that's the big thing. So let's let them sit for a minute. Let him just rest for a second. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Now we're getting it. He recovers pretty quickly now, so actually I don't even know. I don't even know if he's gotten a fitness upgrade yet at all, which is kind of crazy after being alive for 30 freaking days. And you're like, man, you're telling me my fitness hasn't improved one bit in 30 days of like, why would you ever work out if 30 days of work, like heavy working out, like look at what this guy does in a day, really. It's more than your average American does in a week, easily, you know? Just the running and killing 30 zombies a day. Like, come on. Like I'm pleading to Indie Stone right now. Change fitness. man. You got to change the way fitness works altogether, completely. Because, like, so my guy starts above average fitness, but after 30 days of heavy, heavy exercise, like literal heavy working out, he hasn't improved at all. Not a bit of improvement at all. I'm talking like he's the same fitness he was. Now he's got experience points, sure. Like, but experience points don't do you any good. He's still level 6. So I've got 40,000 experience points. That doesn't do me any good. You got to change how that's allocated, how quickly it. I mean, I know you can change that in sandbox settings, but to have it by default so just so completely like, hey, we're gonna screw you guys on fitness. Like, come on, man. I mean, if I went jogging for 2 weeks straight, you know what I mean, or maybe not every single day, but say you go jogging for a mile or 2 miles every day, it'd be sort of the equivalent of what this guy does, or a basic. I'm talking about just a basic fitness equivalent of some of what this guy does. That doesn't even include the melee fighting with axes and stuff like that. But like you just talk about this guy's moving around. You know, he should improve his fitness after a couple weeks, maybe 2, 3 weeks. He should be getting a fitness upgrade without having to do extra exercise. Even the thing is, this is with me also kind of grinding the exercise on fitness specifically. Like all, and that's always how I've played because you have to. Like all of my exercise has been squats and sit-ups pretty much because the exercise is kind of broken. It's unbalanced in my opinion. The fitness is unbalanced. The thing is, you look at how he levels up strength and it's way faster than fitness. And why is it like that? Is that a that might be a generator right there. It's one of the things I was looking for. I think that might be a generator. Yeah, yeah, the blue one. The blue ones are nice because they're light. I can't get in there. Oh, there it goes. So I might actually want to grab this generator. Where am I? Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm across the street over here. Here, I need to sit him down. I like that little dart. I'm such a nerd for cars. Welcome in if you're just jumping in. I got some special things planned later today. I'm trying to double check my settings and also I'm doing my main. This is my main playthrough right now. But I'm trying to also double check settings because I have maybe some plans if this runs well, and it's running pretty well right now. I just want to keep double checking my settings and everything. I don't want him to break this stuff down. Um, but I have plans for later today, possibly starting my first ever extinction run. And then I think what we might do as maybe sort of a regular thing, it doesn't have to be real tight like this, but we might do sort of if I like the extinction run, I might do like a Saturday extinction kind of thing, and maybe even like set that up as like a regular Saturday thing. And then the other thing would be maybe have like a more chill Sunday thing where like because those are often going to be two of the days I can stream. I can often stream during the week a little bit too, but the most likely the most likely days I'm going to have for streaming are usually Saturday evenings and Sunday. So often I can do morning streams or weekday night streams as well. But where is this one? Which door is he on? He's on this door. Anything good in here? Here, let's, I'm gonna do this. Oof. That was a little close. You can see sometimes he runs. Well, I mean, I'm hitting the joystick to get him out of there, and he runs a little quick on me, and sometimes he'll just jump right through the door. Come on, when I don't mean for him to. Let's kind of clear this little general area a little bit. I want to get him outside. I prefer to not fight them indoors if I can help it. It's just cleaner. Well, it's good for a number of reasons, really. Because I'd like to get in there, maybe get a little food and water. I want to be in the house for a minute here and not smell the bodies. And also, let's just check this dart. I do like me a little black dart or a little red dart. I'd go for a little red dart. There's a vehicle key. Let's grab a couple things. One reason I like to jump into vehicles too is you often find useful things like lighters and matchbooks. So we're going to grab these two because I didn't have. Oh, I hear one. All right, so I got to put the key back in there, but that's actually a good little. Now let's look at this dart because I like. It's kind of part of my run. It's often part of my runs, but certainly this one. My next character is not going to be a mechanic. I created a new character. It's a female character for the first time. Oh shit. Where are all these guys coming from? I created my first female character. Well, the first one that I'm going to stream. I've probably done one in the past before, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done one, if I have. But yeah, we'll do that. That would be on my extinction run, I believe, if we're going to do that. Why am I getting so many right now? All right, good thing I leveled up my axe skill because I'm needing that right here. All right, that's going pretty good. Now that I have pretty good axe, or at least a level, I think he's still just level 1 axe. Ooh, that's a cop. That's a cop. I'm sorry, officer. I have to kill you in the driveway and loot your body. I feel like I keep leaving behind really good zombies. Dang it, he's getting tired. He's real tired, so... There we go. I wanted to kill that cop in a good place where I can loot it. And go down. There we go. Alright, bulletproof vest, holster, police pants with holes. Everything's got holes. Yeah, actually nothing I really need there. Oops. Nothing I really need there. I was hoping that she might have a gun or a nightstick at least. So here's my vehicle though. Oh, that's why there were so many, because they were still following my vehicle. Let's is he gonna have bad smell if he sits right here? No, we're good. So he's got minor pain. I think he's got muscle strain. Yeah, so he's been fighting with the axe a lot. So he's got muscle strain in the arms and hands. So, and that's partly because I have very low axe skill, level 1. He's getting better. But I'm already level 5. I do need to find more long blunt weapons. I would like to get him up to level 6 long blunt at this point. He's 3 short blunt. You can see, guys, 29 days. 29 days. One more day. My hope was, actually, this is going to be perfect because I can stream a little bit longer here. And what I wanted to do this morning is get him to the 30-day mark. I didn't want to get ahead of myself, but that's kind of a big deal. It's basically a month alive. He's been doing good. This battery's dead again. Dang it. let's look at this. Let's put some things away. So 30 days alive is a big deal. That's kind of my thought is like tomorrow. So Saturday we could do like I could jump into a brand new thing, which would be my very first run on extinction mode. And then on Sunday we could come back to this guy. That would be a different character, the extinction mode run. On Sunday we'd come back to this guy, Barry, and we're gonna jump back into him, but it's gonna be his 30-day mark because I'll be at 30 days here very soon. Basically, another. Hold on. Well, how long does it take now? So 2 hours in game is 24, or 2 hours in game is 24 hours in real life. So divide 120 by 12. So right, 10 minutes? No. What am I? I don't know what the hell I just did there in my brain. I can't do math on the fly, guys. Sometimes I need to like stop and I'm trying to do all these other things. Tell me about how long before a day goes. No, it's 2 hours. No, a day in game is 2 hours in real life. I have no idea what I'm talking. I'm so confused right now. Actually, because I'm trying to do so many different things. Just tell me to shut up and play the game. I can't do basic math right now. It's frustrating because my job is actually doing a lot of basic math. I think at this point my brain just kind of shuts down on it. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that right now. That reminds me of work. That reminds me of work math. So let's just play some Zomboid. I don't want to do math in my head right now. Can you? Thank you for jumping in there. Yeah. So I know it's set to 2 hours. What am I trying to say here? I'm just stumbling over my words a little bit. The settings I have are two. The default settings are an hour and a half. In real life is one day in game. So I changed it to 2 hours. In real life is a day in game. Right. So basically, what I'm trying to say, what I was trying to get back to, in 2 hours, which would be about 7:30 Mountain Time or 8:30 East, or no, 9:30 Eastern. So if I stream for 2 more hours, I should be at the 30-day mark. Shit, dang it! But I actually have a job to do. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I got it figured out. I was trying to figure out a thing there. So I can stream because I do have to do a job here. Thing is, I actually have a day job I have to go do in a little bit, so I'm kind of juggling so many things at the moment. I think I can stream for about another hour. He'll be roughly at the. He won't quite be to 30 days alive at that point. Is what I was trying to get to there, which is kind of good. Is there alcohol wipes? Which is kind of good because what that means is when I come back, how do I get into this door? Here it is. What that means is when I come back tomorrow for my more important stream, sorry, I don't mean to say this stream isn't important. This is a shorter stream. Tomorrow's going to be a big deal because oh, I need this book, Mechanics 5. Cross it off the list. I made a list. I have Mechanics 5. That's a big deal. Hold on. Never mind. I already had Mechanics 5. What I need, I should have all the mechanics books. Yeah, what I still needed was Carpentry 5. I don't see Carpentry 5. Um, anyway, what the hell was I saying, guys? I'm so scattered sometimes it's like I'm trying to stream. You know what? I could use another set of elbow pads. I'm trying to stream on a morning that I have to do one job. I had one job to do today, and I'm going to go do it in well, actually, what am I trying to say here? I've got another hour and a half at the most that I can stream. That's about the limit of my streaming this morning. So, what was I hoping to find in there? I forget. Oh, mortar and pestle in the kitchen. I still love hitting these houses. Because there are, oh, battery, I need a battery. There's definitely a few things I need in houses like this. Like a mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle is often one of the more difficult things for me to find. I always want one. Um, I can usually find one by about, usually I've found often by about the 30-day mark. It's a real good mark because I've found typically, well, whatever, typically by about 30 days, you can have yourself pretty well set up, and you should. You should aim to have, and I don't have things like rain barrels. I do want these tongs. I don't know if I have these yet. And do these do have condition, so I need tongs. Those are for metalworking tongs, actually. Let's put some stuff away. Uh, but yeah, welcome in. We've got at least another hour. We've got more than an hour left I can stream this morning. Um, trying to not fill. I'm already pretty full. Well, actually, I've got some room in here now. So let's put some stuff away. Beautiful, beautiful. I also grabbed a tire iron. What I really wanted was a long blunt weapon. Because I'd like to get that to level 6. Level 6 long blunt is pretty killer. Pretty killer. You can start to, I found once you get to level 6 long blunt and you get your strength upgrade, if you're at level 6 long blunt, level 6 strength, you can do some pretty heavy damage and start doing one shots pretty frequently. I do have planks I can use. Oh, I have a steel bar in here. Hold on. I'm going to grab the steel bar. That's what I should have looked in here before. I have 30 steel sheets in here. Oh, guys, that's going to go a long way. That's going to last me a while. I will not need steel sheets for a long time. So that's good, though. Often on many of my multiplayer runs, those were so hard to find at times, and you ended up having to either find someone who can make them or they just disappear. So I got to shut these lights off. They just disappear quickly, and cars disappear quickly, and people repair cars. And all right, dudes, we're in really good shape. I'm having a little trouble drinking my coffee right now, but of course the fog rolls in before we get this done. But let's use this steel bar and get our long blunt going. All right, let's take this guy out too. We're getting a couple stutters here in the fog. You know, I might just look at what it would cost for 2 sticks of 8 GB RAM. Because in theory, that shouldn't be that expensive, and that would give me an additional 16 gigabytes that would be real easy to install. It shouldn't overload my system in any other ways. I mean, I could technically go more than that, but I think that's going to be real affordable, real easy to do. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm hesitant to spend a ton of money upgrading this system if I just want to build a new system in 2 years, but I don't think 2 sticks of 8 GB RAM is necessarily beyond that limit. And I think it would help clear up these stutters right here. Right now, I don't know, man. Right now, it's telling me I'm only using 22 gigabytes of my memory. And that should include everything. I'm also only using 27% of my CPU right now. So, like, why are the stutters still here? If I'm only using 75% of my memory and 25% of my CPU, and my graphics processor itself isn't strained, the GPU is at like 40% right now. So I'm not using even. The only thing that's slightly, I guess, the memory, it would be the RAM that might be a little bottlenecked here. And possibly my cores, because I only have 6 cores on my processor, but I don't think it's the core count that is my bottleneck. I hate to talk in too much. I'm not trying to do Barry's tech tips here, but it is. I think it is good with a game like this to try to discuss the specs and the technical aspects of it a little bit, because it can be difficult to get this game to run well. I can get it to run. It runs great when I'm not streaming. When I'm streaming, it seems to be eating up a lot of my memory. Not all of it. Like I said, I'm not even using 22 gigabytes of my total memory, and I have 32. So I have over 10 gigabytes remaining that's not even being used right now. Because that should be everything. That should include everything. That's right from my taskbar manager, task manager. So anyway, can we get to these trailers now? We've gotten here before. Can I actually get to this trailer this time? I got the door open. Let's check animals. No animals in this one. But it's probably in really good shape. So it's actually good. Because some of these animals are going to be dying soon. Typically, they can't really make it a real long time without food and water in a trailer. So I'd really love. Let's rest him. I'd really love to get him his long blunt upgrade. He's getting there. Not yet, but soon. Let's do this whole thing. I hear one coming, so. All right, let's try to remain silent. I do want to try to get into that shed because there could be a good long blunt weapon in there. I don't know that I can. I don't really want to break down the door if I don't have to, but probably would have to get in there anyway. So let's see. I do have a fire axe that's already pretty dull. In fact, I might still be carrying it on me. Come to think of it. We're kind of slowly drawing him out of the property as we fight him out here. There is one more trailer right here. But let's make sure we're killing the zombies first. It's usually your best strategy. If you're hearing him or seeing him, you should probably kill him before you start looting, is my thought. Let's rest him for a second. I do hear one pretty far off. Let's see if we can get back here. Oh, there's a couple back here. Let's just see if we can get it open. Okay, no animals. So these, I'll just remember. I'll probably mark it on the map just to come back and grab one of these trailers. I don't need to though. Mostly, I wanted to make sure there weren't animals dying in there. Um, let's just go through here. There's that long blunt skill. Come on. Yeah, these stutters, man. See, this kind of gives me pause for doing, honestly, for doing an extinction run or. Oh, whoa, that was a glitchy one. He kind of stood up as I ran over him. That was weird. Give me a second here. All right, I think you guys are still with me here. It's now I'm getting ultra bad stutters all of a sudden. I don't know why. Let me run out of here for a second. It's just really irritating when you're trying to do a fight like this and you're getting stutters in the middle of your melee fighting. And let me see what's going on here. So it still says my memory's fine. I'm not getting CPU spikes. If anything, it's like Wi-Fi lag maybe right now. Yeah, I had a little drop in my Wi-Fi there, but all right. Well, those might have been Wi-Fi stutters. Son of a bitch. I could try to look at that a little bit too. Anyway, trying to stream on Wi-Fi is probably not the greatest idea I've ever had, but we do what we can. We do what we can moment to moment. Let's see. There's one on a window. Is that over here? I didn't think there was a window on here, so that must be on the house. So yeah, I can't open those doors. There's probably some good shit in there. So far, I mean, there's a blue generator here. There's two animal trailers, but honestly, I haven't seen anything necessarily here that I definitely have to come back for yet. But there is this a nice black sports car. Let's check this out. I did want to, damn it. And I do always like to try to preserve any of these houses if I can. So let's get these guys at least out of here. Maybe we can level up Long Blunt here too. Try to keep them away from the house. Because and the car. I don't want them to break any more windows. Oh, there's one on that window. Let me see if I can. I want you guys to break in these windows, man. Can you just fuck off here? Can you fuck off the window, man? Alright. I know that's a little bit risky to try to just save one window like that, but there could be many more zombies in there and they could break multiple windows and really tear the whole house apart. So, I usually try to at least get some of them coming my direction. He's a little tired. Normally his long blunt is more effective than this. Let's try to split up this group here. Let's come around on this one. There's still quite a few coming. Let's you know what? Let's try to lead them all out this way. Actually, that's a pretty good little group. That's a pretty good little group. Let's yell at them. Get them to come out here. Hopefully that didn't draw in too many from the road. I think we're fine. We should be far enough away from all these other ones I already brought in. Let's try to fight a couple in, like, just wherever we can. Yeah, let's try to fight a couple out here. Round them up a little bit. We'll bring them over the fence. Or where's my vehicle's parked down there? Dang it! There goes my long blunt weapon. So here I think I had. Well, I still have the firefighter axe. I gotta reset here a little bit. Dang it! Let's go to the firefighter axe for now. I have a tire iron, but I'm pretty sure that's in my pickup. So let's do this. We got a pretty good little group out here now. We're gonna need to pipe bomb this area at some point. But the good news there is I can make, like, I'm pretty sure I can make over a dozen pipe bombs now. I think many more. I think I have the materials to probably make like 2 dozen pipe bombs now. And some aerosol bombs. So we're actually in pretty good shape there. Can I kill you fuckers? He's kind of hurting right now, so I gotta get him away from. I gotta get him away from some of these guys. Get him some water. Let's just do this. This is where I'm parked, so. Oh, look what happened to my fire truck. It's buried. My fire truck got buried in the ground. You see that? Hopefully it's okay. I'll probably have to. It'll probably just let me in and it'll pop back up. Hopefully. Come on. Yeah, let's fight him further down. I'm going to try to sit him down and rest him a second here before I finish that guy off. Steel bar half can actually be a short blunt weapon. Well, he didn't get much rest, but hopefully I can kill this guy. There we go. Alright. Now let's let him sit down. You can see once he gets hot and moist, you want to be careful. If he's just hot, usually you want to just kind of let him chill. If he starts to get moist, that probably means he's wearing a little too much and you might need to wring out some clothes. Good thing to do is just wring out the clothes to A, make them not wet, and B, it cools them off pretty quickly. because he takes off the jacket, cools off, you wring it out, and often you can just put that right back on to keep his protection good. So sometimes, like real life, you just need a minute. He just needed a minute to rest, take off his jacket. You know, he's been swinging a freaking fire axe, and my guy is my guy's doing all right. My guy's doing all right. If I can get some more of these weapon upgrades, weapon skill upgrades, he'll be in real good shape. Including like axe level 2 would go a long way, and longlin level 6 would go a real long way. All right, let's. Speaking of our axe, let's check in on it because I can repair this. Yeah, yeah, I could probably use a repair. I can't sharpen it, which is part of what's causing damage right now. If I could get, we could do a few things here, I guess. If I could get a whetstone, I can sharpen it. I can use the fire axe to get in those buildings, and there could very well be a whetstone in there. Let's make sure this vehicle's, yeah, all right. See how it was like buried in the ground there. All right, let's switch some things up here. So we've got a steel bar half. It's actually not a bad short blunt weapon. Oh, but you know what? We don't have. Let's get rid of the M9 now. I don't even have any ammo for this left, so I don't need to be carrying that around. I usually just keep the holster on because it doesn't weigh much when you're wearing it. So, and that would allow me to pick up another gun and put it in there if I want to. So, 1 p.m. I've got at least another 45 minutes to an hour I can stream here. So, let's try this. Let's work our way in real smooth style. We're going JB smooth here. There's two different ways to go in. There's JB smooth, and there's I don't know. Actually, I don't have a name. I haven't named the other option, but I think you know what the other option is. Just grab the shotgun. The other the other option is grab the shotgun, grandma. Like fucking grandma, get on the. I don't care. We're putting grandma on a shotgun. Like basically grab all the shotguns. Grandma gets one, and we're going in. And no, I don't care that you haven't finished your breakfast, Grandma. You get that damn shotgun right now. Is that's the other option. This option is we smooth in. We try to just kind of keep this driveway clear so we can get in and out. But we kind of pull them out here. I'm trying to avoid using my ammo because honestly, I expected to see a lot more ammo than I'm seeing. Well, what have I been to? I went to the police station in Rosewood, and then I did make it to the gun shop on KY60. And both places, I was like, wow, there's not much ammo here. Like, I had some decent guns, but I actually found a decent gun selection, but the ammo was like, what? Well, what am I gonna do with this? Like, I better plan on going to Guns Unlimited soon because this will barely get me into Guns Unlimited, you know. And that's kind of especially when I live in Echo Creek. When I have my main base in Echo Creek, that's something that I kind of hold on to. Like at some point, we're going to need to get into Guns Unlimited, or you can. I mean, Doe Valley is a good one too, but Guns Unlimited is more like the mecca of guns to me. Guns and ammo. If you were to pick one, at least out west. Stendo's is really good too, but I feel like Guns Unlimited just is way, way better than any of the ones I've seen. Um, give a shout out if you. What's your favorite gun shop? The best gun shop to just go and load up on in the game. From what I've seen and heard, it's got to be Guns Unlimited, west of Echo Creek. I could be wrong. All right, that was actually kind of a lot. Still, we've been fighting here for a while now, trying to clear these. Really, just trying to get to these animal trailers. But now that I'm here, I want to get into these sheds. Before we go, I probably have just enough time to get into one or maybe just this one shed, and then drive home. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. We're very near the 30-day mark. Let's do this. I can just disassemble it, which is probably better than beating it down with my axe at this point. So let's do that. This way, yeah, I have to destroy the door, but at least I'll get the doorknob. Or I think I'll be more likely to get the doorknob in the hinge this way. I guess I could get those if I use the fire axe too, but well, it's running okay. I'm still getting stutters, but just to check in, right now I'm using 22% of my CPU. I'm using 22 gigabytes of memory. I'm using uh, 63% of my GPU. So there you go. Now, melee weapons first. I do hear a zombie back here, so let me just double check here. Where is he? I hear him. There he is. One more here. The thing that sucks is now I can't close this door. Two door hinges. Let's hold on those. I've got quite a few at the moment. I'm looking for a welder mask is kind of big for me right now. Small hacksaw, is that in? It's in really good condition. Duct tape is always something I'm going to need. Planks are good, but I can come back. I haven't read this, but I feel like I did grab it. Pretty sure I've got at least one of these angle-headed flashlights, but let's grab another one and a box of matches. Um, what else do we have here? Nails. I don't know why I keep grabbing individual nails, but I guess that's what I'm doing now. I guess I'm that guy now. Is that everything? Large handle is technically long blunt. Might as well break that rather than my fire axe at this point. So, but let's keep that on me for the moment because I did. Well, do we want to do all this? I mean, I kind of want to get into this garage. We don't necessarily have to kill all of them to get in here. There's only 4 of those, so that I can see. I'm not seeing any of those metallic watches. I love those metallic watches, but I'm just not seeing them. I like to wear one. I'm seeing the digital watch, but I'm talking about there's a metallic dress style watch that I like to wear because it makes me feel fancy. And hey, guys, when you're living in the apocalypse, any any way you can feel a little fancy, put them in a big pile. God damn. How much could I get? Give me a shout out if you're in chat and you know how much could I get 2 sticks of 8 GB. What am I running again? I think it's 30. What am I saying? 3600. 2 sticks of 8 GB, 3600 RAM. That I think would improve my performance here. I'm not sure though if this could be more of a Wi-Fi issue than a RAM issue though, because tell me what you know though. Oh, hold on. You got a little bit of background noise. Give me a second here. Yeah, if anyone knows, I'm debating going and getting a little bit more RAM to stick in my PC, which would basically be dedicated RAM that would just be for the server because my system has always run fine. But now that right now I'm running the game, a server, and then also streaming all at the same time, which I can do this many different ways, but I do want to be able to do this. If anyone knows, I know the RAM prices went crazy for a while there, and I didn't want to buy. There's one out here, especially for this system because I'm running. It's a little bit outdated RAM at this point. I don't want to say outdated, but it's older RAM, not the, but it's good RAM, and it shouldn't be that expensive. I don't think for like 2 sticks of 8 GB. Here, let's disassemble this door. I'm gonna maybe look into that, but the problem the problem with that approach is it might not even fix the stuttering issue. Oh, I hear one. So, but it can't hurt. It can't hurt in any way to add RAM to my system. Except, we'll see. We'll see. I want to look into it more. There's probably something I could do to improve my Wi-Fi connection too. Hope I don't get snuck up on here. It should be good. So I think I just want to get into these 2 buildings, kind of looking at what's on the property. I don't know if I want to go clear the whole house because that's a whole thing. But at a minimum, I wanted to get in here, see what we're dealing with here. The floodlight. Open up these doors. I don't mind them getting in here. We got a pouch with a bunch of seeds in it. Ooh, lettuce. I just heard one, so. I hate that. There's one right in here. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. I knew you were there. You're all like, oh, boo. He's all like, boo, Barry, I see you. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, yeah, dude. I knew you were hiding in the tree. You're not tricky, guy. So I don't need steel sheets, but the small ones are nice. Some real good seeds in there, so let's grab the pouch. I don't really want to leave. You know what? Let's just grab the doorknobs and hinges too. I've got quite a few of these, but you do use quite a few of them too. I don't want to load myself down too much. Tell you what, let's just get out of here. I'm going to drive this stuff home. We kind of checked this out. There is a blue generator across the street and two good animal trailers. But honestly, I'm going to be passing by this property a lot. It's real close to where I live, actually. So I'm not too worried about like marking all that on the map. It's really just a blue generator and two animal trailers. No animals in them. I don't actually like. One of my next plans was to go to Bot Cattle Farm, which always has animal trailers there. So I'm not really too worried about that loot. We did get the house. I mean, I didn't clear the whole house, but I don't need to do that either. So we pretty much did what we wanted to do there. So let's get out of here. Let's get these vehicles home. Get on with what we were doing back at home. And we'll be set up for a good stream on Sunday. I think we'll come back to this guy on Sunday. I think I'm going to do something different on Saturday. We're going to try some kind of a different thing. It's probably going to be, look for it because I'll probably schedule it. And I'm going to think about it a little bit here this morning, but and try to get all my settings right and make sure it's going to run properly and everything. But the idea is I want to do something different. The plan for the moment, unless I get some compelling reason to change some ideas here, the plan for the moment is to do probably an extinction run just on basic because I kind of thought about trying it myself, although I'm generally not inclined to play that way. Damn it. Every time, as soon as I want to log out, man, my guy's like, "Oh, so I noticed you were about to log out. You're about to end the stream and log out here. Did you want me to cough right now and just clear the area?" Yeah, yeah, dude. That's precisely what I was hoping would happen here. Tell you what, let's because he just coughed right here too. Let's just let's just go. I think we can just go. I don't need to unload everything in my inventory here, and I think I mostly it's really just the steel bar. So let's yeah, let's just roll with that and drive home. Okay. So I'm gonna drive home and then probably end stream when I get home. But you can, I'll show you around a little bit. Maybe show you. I'll show you through the loot I got in case you didn't see it, because we're loaded with really good loot here. And the books I'm excited about. I want to get to reading the books. What I'll probably want to do is some off-stream stuff with this guy before I get back to him too, because I'm so loaded with loot. A lot of it is books that I need to read. So what I'll probably do is unload the loot, go through the books, read the most important things, and then I'll try to get back to this guy on Sunday with my 30 days alive run. He will have been alive 30 days at that point, because he's like, well, let me look here. Where are we at now? Did I do all this math right before? He's at 29 days, 9 hours right now. 1,200 kills. That's not bad for not even quite 30 days yet. It's about where I try to shoot. You know, it's not like I'm ever. I like to keep track of that just so I kind of it gives you a good idea how your settings are going and how your guys doing, how many zombies there are, yada yada yada. Here, let's just set this. We're gonna set it to cruise for the drive home. You can see the path we got to go. It's a little ways, but not really very far. It's just gonna take a while when I'm towing like this. Unfortunately, this is about the top speed I can get unless I take off the tires. You can do this a few different ways, but unfortunately, with the update, with this last update, they took away my favorite way to tow. Yeah, see, this is going to get difficult. Oh my God. Oh my God. This could be bad. This could be bad. This is a little too many. Okay, we're okay. As long as I can keep up this momentum, I should be able to dipsy dive around them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're good. We're good. Oof, those big hordes make me nervous now when I'm towing. It took me a long time to learn how to tow. I went through a lot of struggles with it. Died a few times just in situations like that where I was moving too slowly. You hit a horde with a freaking vehicle moving at 15 miles an hour and you're asking for trouble. You're probably going to end up having to ditch the vehicle at some point. So if you lose yeah, if I had lost my momentum right there, I would have been like, dude, I got to jump out and run. I got to jump out and run. Hopefully I can shut off the engine so it doesn't keep drawing them to the vehicle and then get away. And yeah, it's a whole thing. I used to have this down where I would tow in reverse. Actually, I would flip around the car in the front, and I could usually get 30 to 40 miles an hour doing it that way. Now the only way I can get those kinds of speeds is if I take the tires off the vehicle in the back. The problem with that is the problem with that is multiple things. First of all, you have to take the time to take all the tires off and then put them back on again and it's basically just wasted time doing that, you know. But then sure you gain the time back when you're moving, but I'm still only getting 30 miles an hour when I do that. So it's not that much better. And the other thing you lose is you also because you have to put those tires somewhere. So you're talking about almost half of your hauling capacity at that point goes to tires because I would have to put the tires in the back of the pickup then. You see what I mean? So you're gaining basically a little bit of time, but you're losing quite a bit of storage. And at that point, if you already have your vehicle full of loot, it's like, well, now do I want the storage for these tires, or do I want the storage for all the books and steel sheets and guns and ammo I have, or whatever, you know, whatever you're carrying? So anyway, it's a whole thing. That's one thing I love about this game too, though. I never mean to sound like I'm complaining too much or complaining at all, really. It's all a balance. Like those are some of the things you balance, and now that like towing is what it is, I sure wish we could tow faster than 15 to 30 miles an hour, but um, you just kind of got to deal, and it's a balance. You got to realize that this is all a simulation, and technically, like the days go by so quickly. Like even 15 miles an hour is, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, it's all kind of an estimation, really, you know, especially when it comes to time and speed. You know, it's interesting. I'm going to throw something out there off topic here. I've been watching some stuff about, give me a shout out if there's any History Channel fans out there. And give me a shout out if you've ever watched shows like, well, specifically, I really like the show Skinwalker Ranch, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. The History Channel has some great shows, but those are the types of shows I kind of get into because I know that they're now you can I know it's a produced television show that's produced for entertainment, yada yada yada. But now what I've been doing lately is actually there are some really good scientists who work on that show, who are literally on that show on a regular basis as like whatever. You can call it reality TV if you want, but these are real scientists, some of them, who do real scientific work and have a real scientific reputation and submit real scientific papers off that are completely unrelated to the show at all. You know what I mean? And if you look up some of those guys, I want to say, what's his name? I know it's Ben. I want to say, is it Ben Woodruff? Maybe I forget now. God, there's a couple guys now. I'm gonna destroy their names, but look up some of the real scientists who do like the lidar work on the Skinwalker Ranch, or like the biologist for Skinwalker Ranch. I can't remember specific names off the top of my head right now, but um, I'll tell you, man. I'm going to say I am more than 100% convinced that there is some ridiculously crazy shit going on there. Now, I think even the I gotta. I mean, they literally have PhD scientists on their staff, and yeah, you can shoot all of this down and say, well, it's a television show. They're all characters on a TV show, and yada yada yada. It's all done for entertainment. Okay, that's all true, but it's not. That's not 100% the story, because these guys are legitimate scientists, and they're not gonna completely throw their scientific reputation under the bus working on shit like this if it's bullshit. It's not. Look at their actual scientific work they've done, not even related to the show. It might be on the same property or on neighboring properties, but look at some of the actual scientific work they've done, and it's real. There is some real shit. They've discovered animals that are displaying very, very strange characteristics. Like they die and they don't decay ever. For 3 years, they never go through rigor mortis. They never go through natural decaying processes, which is absolutely nutty. They're capturing all kinds of things on camera. They've done lidar experiments and ground penetrating radar experiments where they're picking up objects buried in underground in the mesa, or whatever, underground on the property. They're finding objects in there, and they've done drilling also on the same objects that they've come out. They know that there's objects in there. They've drilled in there and pulled out items like, Jesus, guys, you got to see, like, really, if you understand, and I'm not a PhD, I'm not even a scientist at all. I'm not even a bachelor's degree scientist, but I can understand some of the science they're talking about, and they're pulling out ceramics that have metal incorporated into them. So essentially, this means that they've incorporated metal, different types of high level metal that you don't find naturally, into ceramic products, which means they're man made, or not man made, but they're not naturally made. These are not naturally created. Humans actually don't know how to create this. Okay, so let's just touch on some basic fundamental topics here. They discovered ceramics incorporated with metal that humans don't know how to make, buried underground, over 200 feet deep. They pulled them out of the ground with a drill that was 200 feet deep, more than 200 feet deep. And this is the exact same spot where they know that there's an object in there. So they've done multiple studies with different types of equipment to say, yes, there's an object in there. The people who are drilling were independent, just drilling. They're just drilling. Like, they don't know shit about shit. They're just drilling. What they said, hey, is we hit something. And this is what we pulled out when we hit it. We pulled out a ceramic material that is similar to what they use on space, similar to what NASA uses, but beyond our capabilities of producing. Do you feel what I'm saying here, guys? When you start, now some people watch this show for 20 minutes and they're like, oh, this is produced bullshit. They're just shooting rockets. But when you really look behind the scenes, and you can look up some of these, I'd love to throw out some names here, but I don't recall them. Look up some of those scientists, and they will defend their work They will say absolutely. There is some very very strange activities going on. There's some very strange man. The whole bubble thing they've discovered. My God, it's literally an electromagnetic field being generated by this object, guys. When you start to think on a higher level, now they don't necessarily go into all this real deep on the show because they're going to start to sound crazy. But I'm going to go into it real deep because I don't care if I sound crazy. We got quite a few Zeds here. Um, are these all cops? Why are these all looking like police officers? But just put all these things together, guys. What do we have here? We have an object buried underground that's generating an electromagnetic field of some kind that is also interacting with orbs that are unexplained, some type of orb that's flying around and going in and out of the electromagnetic field. They're also getting into thoughts of that time is actually being manipulated. And this is where I was kind of getting back to where I was talking about time and stuff. So time is literally being manipulated on the ranch is what they think, and that's being done probably by this object that's generating an electromagnetic field, which they've already basically proven all of this. This is pretty much, you look at the science and they've pretty much proven that this is all 100% fact right here. There's an object buried in the ground. It's generating an electromagnetic field of some kind that we don't fully understand, but it's beyond that. It's not just an electromagnetic field. This is an electromagnetic field that sort of moves and undulates. It's like I think they said it's about 2,000 feet in radius, which means it's over a mile across, and it's like a sphere that goes both above and below ground because the object is buried in the ground. So I believe it's centered on this object, and I don't know that they've confirmed that fully yet, but it seems to at least be based around this object. And now, guys, I just highly recommend if you are at all into any of that kind of stuff, I got to tell you, I think you should watch this show because there are legitimate like Travis, the guy on the show. He is a legitimate optical. What is he? He's got like degrees in optical astronomy. I think Eric Bard has a PhD in physics. Like these aren't just nut jobs. These aren't just dudes who live on a ranch and chase UFOs, man. These are scientists who have decades of work outside of all of this stuff. And even today, I just watched two really good videos. Just look it up on YouTube, man. I gotta recommend YouTube for so many things. I'll say I know I sometimes I talk a little shit about corporations and stuff, but I do still love YouTube for this sort of thing. Is you can get so much good information that's not. You can tell it's not. It's not being at least fully filtered. There's some things. Good information still gets through to good people, and I think that will continue. Anyway, we're back home. What time do we have? 6:20. Let me show you a little bit of what we got here because I do want to maybe try to jump on a little bit. The one book I really desperately wanted to read was Carpentry 3. So let's try to grab that. Hopefully I didn't lose it somewhere. Where did I put all my books? Ah, hell, they're probably in. Here they are. So Carpentry 3. Let's make sure we get this damn book read. Also, Maintenance, or no, Mechanics 3 was the other one. So let's grab these two. Let's go inside. Make sure no. Let's make sure no Zeds followed me, and also that there's no Zeds back by the chickens because. And let's also. It's been a while since I've been home, so let's check in on the chickens and make. I want to make sure to keep this real clean right now. I am actually loving having these chickens at the moment. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're kind of going nuts back here. 12 animals. No corpses. We're doing great. Let's make sure this is clean. It probably could use a cleaning. We're fine. It's only 13%. That's actually going really well. I like my settings for that. Let's pet this guy. Is this that's a hen. I need to get my animal care up, but I do need to read that book too. So it'll take down my sadness a little bit. One really nice thing about having the animals is they'll take down your sadness just by petting them a little bit. But let's get these books read. I know I have reading. I wanted to wait till I could get my reading glasses and sit down in a nice, comfy chair. So let's do that. Did I grab? I thought I grabbed Mechanics 3. Doggy darn it. Doggy darn it. I meant to grab. Oh, wait. The Mechanics 3 book. Also, one other thing I have not seen at all yet is a hiking backpack or a military backpack. I've been finding lots of duffel bags, and which would make sense. That would make sense on a level. Oh, I forgot I destroyed my couch. I tried to take my couch apart and I destroyed it. Yes, I really wanted to get these. I'm going to try not to read too much on stream, but I figured we're about to end stream here. I wanted to get some reading in. It's 6:20 where I am, 6:25. Right? Yeah, whatever. Um, I'm gonna get a little stretch in. But yeah, Skidwalker Ranch, dudes. If you're at if you're at all into fuck man, if you're into physics or biology or UFOs or geology or shit, man, archaeology, they're starting to the now it's crazy because now they're like, dudes, and I think some of the fans have been saying it for years, and they've been doing some of it, but what they're going to do next is probably archaeology, guys. It's pretty much to the point where it's like, well, let's identify identify a target that we could potentially get in and dig down to. Now, I have a feeling that I don't know, man. I have a feeling once they start digging, shit's going to start to get crazy. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what to say there because there's evidence that there was a dig there back in the 1960s. Now, I mean, if there was a dig back, maybe they dug like some mine shafts or something. I don't know. I don't know. But my guess is, if that's the case, they probably got down a ways and started maybe experiencing like extreme radiation or maybe just some type of conditions that were unmanageable. Because otherwise, why wouldn't they have kept going? Why would it not be? Unless there was some reason for them to stop and completely bury the thing, why would they stop? You know what I mean? If there was some amazing discovery back there in the 60s that was easy to get to, and oh, look at this. It's just a UFO sitting here, and let's dig it out and use it. If it was just that easy, then they probably would have done that back in the 60s. Um, but who really knows? Who knows who did the digging in the 60s? Who knows what their motivation was? Who knows how much? Maybe they just ran out of money. Maybe someone died and there's no more money to finish the project. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna feel really good to get Carpentry 3 read here, and I might just read Mechanics 3 with you. Oh wait, I already read Mechanics 3, so this is all we need to read. That's beautiful. And now, see the thing. This is where I was getting really hung up, though. This is what I was hanging up on, and I was like, dudes, we gotta. I just gotta go find this book. Because I got all the way up to 1,000 experience points, but I pretty much built like I was even building shelves. I can't build bookshelves yet until level 5 or until level is it 5 or 6? Yeah, level 5. So now I can do a little bit more building, get to level 5, do some bookshelves, do some other things like rain barrels, and we'll be in a better place with all that. So tell you what, let me go show you a little bit else of what I got on the looting run in case you weren't here for it. Um, some, actually, it's kind of limited what I ended up coming out of there with. It's uh, mostly books, steel sheets, and a lot of iron pipe. The ammo, oh, I guess I did have 2 boxes of ammo left, but that's fine. So not a lot of great stuff, but 9 iron pipe here, 3 planks. That's good to have. We got a bunch of backpacks to kind of help sort stuff. Don't really need them long term. I did get a full suspension for a performance vehicle, which I could drop maybe on the sheriff's car. 30 steel sheets, guys. 30 in there, and I might even have more over here. And then I'll show you the books I got to in a second. Let me. Oh my God. Okay. So there's also 38 steel sheets over here. So that's probably enough steel sheets for my entire run forever. Oh, but also 2 water dispenser bottles. That's big because we're out of water now. In fact, let's just fill up my water now out of here while we're standing here looking at it. Nice thing, you can carry these in your vehicles too, and then just kind of fill them up on the fly like that. So that's about it. A bunch of steel sheets. How many iron pipes did I get out of here? I had 9 in there, and then oh, I also got a mason's chisel mason's trowel, so I can do some masonry work. 26 iron pipes here, so that's over. It's almost 3 dozen pipe bombs I can make just with the iron pipe I have here in these 2 vehicles. So we're pretty well set up on iron pipes, on steel sheets. We can make pipe bombs. We can repair all of these vehicles really well and get my welding up, my mechanics up. We can get my carpentry up now. And then I just wanted to show you the books I got too. Got some really good books. These pretty much all came from the community college in Ekron. So I think I already showed you, yeah, carpentry at 3 and mechanics 3. I had those. And then all of these 4 and 5 level books. I have carpentry 4. I do still need carpentry 5. That's going to be another big one. But carpentry 3 and 4 will get me a long ways. I can get all the way up to level 8 carpentry before I'll need another book. So I also got the 3 and 5 fishing. Maintenance 4 is a big one. I got almost all the masonry books now, except, yeah, I don't have masonry 5 yet. I did some of these. I need actually didn't cross here. I need to update my list here actually. So yeah, animal care. Oh, I did get animal care too. Or wait, no, that's aiming to. Damn it. Sorry, I'm just gonna update my little list here, and yeah, let me know if I'm gonna be doing some other streaming this weekend, some different type stuff, I think. So let me know if you have any thoughts. My thought at the moment is we'll probably, yeah, I need masonry 5 and welding 3. I got okay, but yeah, there's a just a look at the books I got. Some pretty good ones. I was hoping for it to be a little better actually, but it was still a little limited. Oh, and here's all the magazines though. This is where I scored. So I can make box traps. I can make smoke bombs. Let's read some of these while we're standing here. I can also make, I can forge, well, once I build a forge, I can make doorknobs, buckles. Here I can forge axe head. That's a big one. Here I can forge sword blades. Here I can add timers to the bombs. That's one thing I want to experiment with later is adding timers and remote triggers. And so when we go to a place like Louisville or even Irvington, we can try using some of those designs. I've never actually used the triggers or timers for the bombs. So I don't I kind of have looked at how to make them, but I've pretty much just never gotten all the materials to make them correctly and had the time to do it or the need. On this server, I think we may have all of that. The materials and the need for it and all of that stuff. So let's just drop some things. Did I just see duct tape? Yeah, there's duct tape in here. Let's put some food in here. I guess like the marinara. That never goes bad, does it? Let's keep the cereal on me, I guess. Cow's milk, we could try to fill that. Let's try to fill up our water here. We should still have some. I think we're out of water here, yeah. I, I don't like to take it out of the toilet until I absolutely have to. So let's take it out of the sink if we can. Yeah, let's fill all of these. So water has shut off. We still have a little bit of water left in some of these sinks and whatnot. But I just want to check in. Did we have bandages to wash? No, and I think we're all healed up. Guys, we're in good shape. We did take a little. We took some scrapes there, but let's go drop off this fire axe for now and just kind of get our guy back to a place where we can have a good fresh start here. Probably tomorrow. I may be back with this character yet today. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm thinking if I do stream again today, it'll be with a new character. I'm gonna drop a little. So her name, I already came up with her name. Her name is gonna be Jill McGee. It's actually Fire Marshal Jill, guys. It's Fire Marshal Jill, and you guys will have the pleasure of meeting her. I did introduce her a little bit. I think might have even been at the beginning of this stream or video or whatever. You have a steel bar half. But yeah, we're gonna roll with a new character because I didn't want to use Barry's design because it's just not gonna be good for sprinters and especially 5% sprinters on extinction mode. So I thought I'd try to create a character that was sort of designed for extinction mode, and what I landed on was firefighter. So I made Jill McGee. She's a firefighter. Um, we'll probably end up doing that later today, unless I have some compelling reason to do something different. Let me see if this is working now. You know, earlier this wasn't working for me. It normally in the past when you would make this, all you need to do is make it cow's milk and water, and he should auto drink it. So if you go here, you just need to put more water than milk in there. And eventually it'll say cow's milk and water. So now he should auto drink this. Let's test it again and see if this is still broken. I feel like this is something they broke in the last update, but at this point I don't know if it's. Sometimes you don't know if they broke it or if they changed it intentionally. So anyway, that's kind of how Zomboid life goes these days. What's his weight at? So I'm at 76 and dropping. I'm going to eat half a stick of butter to get his weight up. He's at 29 days, 15 hours, 1,200 kills. It says my favorite weapon is a crowbar, but I'd have to say it was probably a taxi. I bet you I killed more with a taxi cab than I did with a crowbar. But, you know, I have killed a lot using melee and guns, so. So he's not hungry, he's just hopeless. Let's see, let me Let me do this with him, try to calm him down a bit. Now, this should be auto drinking. We'll keep an eye on it. Basically, if he gets thirsty and he hasn't touched this, then it doesn't show the enable auto drink option, but I don't see it on those either. Does it have to be in your inventory to see that? Let's try that. Do I get the auto drink option? Yeah, disable. Oh, it's under fluid. Hold on. Yeah, see, I don't get the disable auto drink, so it's not set to auto drink. I don't like that. It's either a glitch or this used to be you'd be able to auto drink this and it would prevent you from getting hungry so quickly. It really would. You could definitely tell the difference. Anyway, let's I think we're probably just gonna call it about there. I do have to go do a job. I would stream longer, but I do have to go do a job. Ooh, box of sparklers. I want to see one other thing real quick. Jesus, all this iron pipe, man. Let's try to grab 2 dozen of these and see if they'll even fit. I wanted to grab the box of sparklers too. We're gonna need new storage here real soon. I want to see what we've got. So check out my pipe bomb, dude. We're gonna be able to make so many bombs here real soon. Uh, check this out. This is kind of why I love to go into that metal shop. I do wish the loot would have been a little more diverse, but we did get a box of sparklers, which goes into making the aerosol bombs. So we've got 4 of those so we can make, and also 4 cans of hairspray. So I want to say, well, we can make at least 4 aerosol bombs, but those are really good. Look at all the iron pipe we have in here. The limiting factor is going to be the ammo and the gunpowder. Right now, I have 100 gunpowder, so that's 5, and then I've got 100 rounds there. So technically, I can make. Well, I got to. It'll take me time, and I've got to break it down. But yeah, look at that. I've already filled this container up. Um, well, let's leave that there, or we'll put it back in the truck. I'm gonna have to build more storage to make bombs, and I'm starting to collect the timers, things like that. I guess I don't have much for that, but we're getting some good stuff. Just with this, I've already got the gunpowder to make 5 of them. I've got another 100 rounds there. I need to extract the gunpowder. Yada yada yada. But we're getting there. We can. Short story is we can make a lot of bombs, and we will probably need them. I mean, we will need them if we're going to try to clear the map. There's no way I'm ever going to clear this whole map without bombs. I wouldn't want to do that. Just I don't want to trash all the vehicles on the map just driving over zombies. That would A, be boring for me. B, would be boring for you. Well, maybe vice versa there. Uh, and yeah, it's just not going to auto drink, is it? And C, it would be a waste of vehicles. And D, pipe bombs I think would be more fun in a lot of ways. But we'll try to mix it up. I don't like to do the same thing forever. Pipe bombs can get boring too. So tell you what, it's almost midnight and getting dark. Let's put Guy to bed. Let's just get him to. We'll have him rest upstairs, and we'll come back to this guy. Maybe not for a day or two, but or a day. But we will come back to Barry. We're gonna do a bunch of, and this will be the run where I'm doing high level carpentry, higher level crafting of all kinds. I want to get into masonry and build some walls, do some mechanics work, and we're getting there now. We're getting to the mid game or late early game, I guess you could call it. We're still kind of early game if you're not to 30 days, I would say. So once we get to 30 days, we're kind of breaking into the mid game a little bit and starting to do some higher level stuff. So that's when for me, it starts to get really fun at this point. Once you can keep a character alive for 30 days, it's tough to do. It can be tough to do. He needs to eat more butter. It can definitely be tough to do, but hell, we're almost there. I should eat these. If he's not full, I'm going to eat the pork rinds too, because that should be pretty high fat. Yeah, high fat, high calorie. So let's eat the pork rinds, and that should help turn. Uh, Hopefully, that'll give me the up arrow here, which means he's gaining weight. Well, not quite. Dang it. And he's not even full, so let's eat the crackers. Mostly to get those out of my inventory. And then, oh, that's a lot of cereal's a lot of calories. Huh? Okay, let's just eat this canned tuna too. Since he's still not full, it is good to give him the well-nourished, uh, the well-fed Moodle over here when he can. Helps get his weight up. So let's try to hit that, and then there we go. Hopefully this will make him well-fed, and maybe even give him the weight boost. No, neither one, really? Wow, dude was hungry. Well, let's eat a quarter of this box of cereal too then. Dude was starving apparently. I just went through all of the food I had left. But that's okay. We're back home now. I should have eggs in the back. I can get. We'll check on the garden when I come back. Man, dude, you are just eating. I'm gonna keep eating until I. Okay, now he's got. Now you can see he's putting on weight. He still hasn't hit well fed though. I'd like to hit that to make him. Why is he not? All right. You know, I got more cereal downstairs. We're gonna keep eating, man. There we go. Finally, we got stuffed, and we've got him gaining weight. Cool. And that is a real good place to leave a guy who I thought might be dying. We got both a laceration and a scratch here in the last couple days. So let's get out alive before he coughs or some shit. He did real well. We're at 29 days, 17 hours. So our next stream is going to be, in fact, let's do this real quick. Let's do one little screenshot just for the heck of it. Can't even see the bed like this. That's a weird looking screenshot. Let's do it like this. Yeah, there's a little screenshot. I might use this as my let's have him stand. It's kind of a cool shot actually right there. Okay. Uh let's have him try to sit on the bed one more time. Let's do it like this too. Okay, well, thank you for being here. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you're still here, I would assume you maybe did. Uh, I love all of Zomboid Nation, and I am a fan of Project Zomboid. I will probably be back later today with possibly an extinction stream, which would be my first attempt at that. And then we'll see though. I don't know how well that's going to run. I'm going to try to run it first before I even do it on a stream. And if it runs like shit, I'll do something else. But then I'll probably just go and get some more RAM at some point soon. And then tomorrow we'll be back with Barry, probably is what I'm thinking. If I can't get the extinction thing to go, who knows? Maybe we'll be back with Barry today and just do more stuff out here. We'll just see what we can get to work. Um, anyway, yeah, thank you for being here. I will see you soon. Peace in, peace to the out.